I've got a rake plough wheel, and I've got one more, and I got that off my father. He was wanting to keep everything on the farm, and so, well, I said, oh, maybe I could do something with that. So I have a plan to do up the wheel. It was originally red, and I'm actually going to keep that colour because I have other red things in the garden, and so the process will begin. I'm going to rub it back with a wire brush to get the rust off, and then I will paint it with some rust converter. So it's not too flaky. The old paint seems to not be peeling off, but just to make sure it doesn't rust through my paintwork, I'll give it a good scrub back. So I've got a wire brush. You can get them in different sizes. I'm only choosing a little small one because I'm trying to work in small spaces. When rust converting, make sure you're well covered up because the liquids are very harsh and they do burn a little bit. And any little splash, I always like to wear gloves and long sleeves just for any little splashes. You could wear glasses, but be careful. Anyway, you just either pour it in a bucket, or perhaps rather than just use it from the jar, use it as you need it, and get into, you know, all the little edges and things like that, and just paint over the entire item and make sure you get every little bit of it and leave it for a while. You'll see it change. Some really rusty items, you'll really see a difference. It's very important to do that process. I've done all the early process, and now it's time to paint it. So I'll paint a bit and you'll see it at the end. And I've got a spray can to make the life a lot easier, because painting with a brush and all those little edges and things are just too fiddly. It can waste a little bit of paint with some things with spray can, but yeah, this will be a lot faster and easier getting into all the little spaces. And I've got a nice red, and yeah, well, it'll look really good at the end. Everything looks good with a fresh coat of paint. We're going to put my wheel in place. You'll see what I was painting, and we've got a post cemented in, ready to work with it. It's sort of elbow shape, and with some muscle we'll put it in.
Can I do the tricks? Well, I'm not at home. How, what?
You have to turn it around.
You have to go in front of it.
Yeah.
And pass the spray.
What's the black bit?
That I've taken the front off.
So quiet and sunny.
In a minute.
Oh, my.
Maybe you can guide it around that plant there, and I can lift it.
Oh, there are rocks here today.
Sorry.
Just go down there. Just trying to avoid that.
No, not.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky getting it in. Not everything runs smoothly.
Oh.
That's the question, does it fit? No, that's fine.
Did you make that, or was that part of it?
That's the bearing in there. So we'll push that back in.
But is it dry now?
Put the hub back on it.
Can I feel, is it dry?
Yes, Samuel, the paint is dry.
Can I have a feel?
Children like to be involved in everything, not always good.
Is it dry?
Yes, Samuel.
Oh, is this dry too?
Avoid the grease here. Still grease in the hub.
Here's the back view of the wheel, and through the original hole, my husband bent a metal pipe through into like an elbow shape, and he put that in there to hold it, and it's cemented in. You can see that, so it's quite deep in there to hold it, because, well, this wheel is very heavy, and then on the front has all the original pieces to cover it up. And anyway, it's just a bit of a feature in the garden.